Welcome to Ordinary People Podcast, where we talk to ordinary people with extraordinary stories. I'm your host, Alan the Great, and we are on the road today, and we were invited to speak with an extraordinary guest, Miss Jalpurnia Trader, who's the inventor of skincare line, the organic skincare line, which is an incredible new product that I would love to discuss with her. Also, who have overcame extreme odds and hurdles to achieve success. So I'm honored to speak to you. I'm honored to be in your presence, and thank you for welcoming me into your home. Hello, Miss Jalpurnia Trader.
Jalpurnia.
See, I've been destroying your name for like the last week. Miss Jalpurnia Trader, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Thank you once again for inviting us into your home and allowing us to do this interview with such an extraordinary person. Now, you are diagnosed legally blind.
Yes.
Can you explain to us what it means to be legally blind?
Legally blind is the scope or range of your vision. If you fall within a certain range, you're considered legally blind. And I believe the range is like 22 or 23, whereas someone with normal vision would be like 20/20.
Gotcha. And you also are not allowed to, you do not drive anymore. I understand that you turned in your license because of your medical condition. Is that correct?
That's correct. Actually, I went to motor vehicle because I tried to actually hold on to my license. But when I went to take the test, I didn't pass. So I had to turn them in.
Gotcha. Now, I want to get into the skincare line that you have. I went on to your website.
Okay.
And it's amazing.
I
love the items you have on there. You have a great deal of items. How did you get into the creating skincare, facial creams? I'm trying to remember. You have several different facial creams and items, and you made them all organic. How did you get into creating facial creams? Where did the idea and vision come to do this?
Well, it kind of was a progressive thing. It started when I became ill to a prescribed medication. I had a severe allergic reaction to it, and as a result of it, I was in the hospital for like 3 months.
Right.
And during that time, I went through experienced a lot of serious health issues. My kidneys collapsed and I was put on kidney dialysis for a while. My eyes hemorrhaged, which is how I lost my vision. My lungs collapsed. I was on a ventilator. I had to get blood transfusions and plasma pheresis treatments. So there was a lot of serious health things going on. And when I went home after my 3 months in the hospital, I was sent home with a lot of, about 20 bottles of different pills to take. Right. And at the time, I was about 24, 25 years old, and I just sat and thought to myself, there's no way I want to go the rest of my life taking all of this medication. So I started to research alternative methods of healing. Right. And so I got into massage therapy, meditation, different herbs and spices and healthy foods. So I immersed myself into that world. As a result of that, when I became healthy and strong again, I went to school to get my licensure to become a massage therapist. I worked as a massage therapist and then went back to school and got my skincare license. After that, I went to work at a day spa and learned a lot of different things on skincare and body care. And eventually, I branched out and opened my own spa. I had a spa at 1203 North Lincoln. When I first opened, it was called Serenity Day Spa. Okay. And I kept getting a lot of calls for another spa that had a similar sounding name. And so to differentiate myself, I decided to change the name of the spa.
Okay.
So then I changed the name to the Jalpurnia Spa.
Okay, wow.
During the time that I was open from 2003 to about 2008, I experienced a setback. During that time, you know, the market was crazy.
Yes.
A lot of people went through a lot of financial difficulty during that time, and a lot of people going to a spa was the last thing on their mind. So I lost a lot of business, and I had a decision to make to try to stick it out or close the doors. So what I decided to do was close the doors but open my home. So I moved the spa to my home and started seeing clients at home.
Wow. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to build you up to your question of the skincare. So while working with my clients, I noticed a lot of the professional lines that I was using, once I started reading the ingredients, had a lot of harmful chemicals in it.
Yeah.
And so then I started researching again natural and organic skincare, and I would read and see what the ingredients were, and then I started experimenting and making them. I tried them on myself and tried them with family and friends, and they loved it, and then I started to incorporate it in my treatments at the spa, and my clients loved it.
Wow.
So from there I decided to try to market this and present it to the public outside of the spa. So that's kind of how I got into the natural and organic skincare.
Now, when you think about organic, when you go to a supermarket or you go to a store and you hear the word organic, most people associate organic with expensive. One of the things I noticed when checking out your website was your products wasn't expensive when you consider the fact that you go to a Rite Aid or these health and body stores and you see how much the products cost there. How is it that you made it so affordable? Without going into deep into detail of what you do, how are you able to make it so affordable? And were you considering the buyer at large when considering price?
Yes, but how I came up with my pricing is depending on what I'm making, because some of the ingredients can be very pricey, but I've connected with some great suppliers, which keeps the cost down low for me, which in turn helps me to keep the cost low for the consumer.
Okay. Now I want to circle back to your disability that you are that affects your life. How have you been able to overcome that to achieve success? Now, the reason I asked you that question is we have so many people out here and that listen to the podcast that have dreams, have aspirations to do great things, but there always is the but. I don't have enough money, or I don't have the time. There's always that excuse or that self-placed hurdle that be put in their way. I don't see that with you. You had many hurdles put in your place, as far as your health, the financial meltdown. How did you continue to overcome these hurdles to continue to achieve success and reach a higher level?
First and foremost, I think, is my foundation. I am a Christian, and I just am rooted in my belief in God, and that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it's one thing to say that, and it's something different to really believe that, because I've actually come across some other Christians who are faithful, going to church, but when it comes to doing something that they want to do, like you were just saying, they come up with excuses and things, and it's hard for me to understand that if you believe this, then why aren't you walking in this and doing this? So I just think that's what I truly believe. And even someone who may not be a Christian, if that is their core belief, then that's what their actions are going to be.
Right. And we talk a lot about foundation on the podcast, and I think it's interesting and important that you mentioned foundation. How important foundation is into building up a business or building up an empire or anything you're striving to do. How important foundation is. I always use the analogy: a house. You need to put a slab of concrete down before you build the house, or you're going to sink into the ground. I love it that the foundation you built on is the Christianity and your religion as being your foundation. But I have to also ask, how has family played a part in your business and dealing with your current health situation?
My family is a very big support. My parents live 7 houses down. And when we made the decision to move into this development, that was one of the decisions that I asked my parents would they mind, because we both were looking for houses at the same time, if they could be nearby. If it wasn't for my parents, because when I first opened the spa, my mother would pick me up and drive me on her way to work and drop me off and come back and pick me up. Like the transportation, because I could no longer drive anymore. So they have been a really big part in and that's the other thing. You have to build your support system. You have to find it from somewhere, because nobody can make it by themselves. So a support system is very important. I use I had told someone the importance to kind of give them a visual. A table has 4 legs. The table depends on those 4 legs to be able to stand. If you remove one of the legs, it's not going to be as strong. So you just have to really try to find your support system.
Absolutely. Now, in society, we hear people use disabilities and comment on disabilities as a derogatory statement to offend people. How have you felt, has society treated you outside of your foundation, outside of your support system? How do you feel society has treated you with your disability? Do you think that society and people in general have looked at you and treated you different because of your disability? Or do you feel like things have remained the same?
Well, with me, it's a little different in that you can't look at me and tell that I have a visual disability.
Right.
However, as you get to know me, or in an instance in the work arena, because I've worked in corporate, and I've ran into situations where initially it was fine because they didn't know. Right. But once they became aware, I noticed a change. So I think society still has not gotten to a place where they are open, or as open as I would like them to be more inclusive of individuals with disabilities. Right.
I always say different is not a bad thing, and because you have a disability or you have a different way of thinking, a different mindset, doesn't always mean negative. I feel that God has made us all different for a reason, to accomplish different things, to bring something different to the world and bring on change. And I feel like after speaking to you before we did the podcast, I was in awe of all that you do and all that you've done with all that you've been through. And that's why I felt it was so important to talk to you. And I know you said if you reach one person, it would be amazing. I want to sit here and say it. You're an extraordinary person. I appreciate you not only for but sharing your story and letting people know that other people can overcome whatever obstacles are in their way, but they have to have faith in a strong foundation. And if anyone's listening to this is your opportunity to learn and see a person who's been through things and overcame it, and you still have a positive attitude and a positive outlook on life. I just think that's amazing. And I just wanted to commend you on that and all that you do. With that being said, how did you handle the struggle with corporate America, basically, I don't want to say shunning you, but looking at you and treating you different because of your health situation?
Well, my vision.
Okay, I'm sorry. Your vision.
One, it made me angry.
Okay.
Two, it made me really want to advocate for others who aren't willing to stand up for themselves,
right,
or know how to stand up for themselves. I just feel like, and I've actually seen people with individuals, some people get taken advantage of, and that angers me. And someone once told me, you can find your passion in life to find out what angers you.
Right.
And I do not like to see people being taken advantage of,
right,
and used and things like that. So it just really, I advocate for myself. I'm a strong advocate for myself. So if I see that I'm not being treated properly, I will address it.
right,
And I would just like to encourage individuals with disabilities, regardless of what the disability is. If there is something that you want to do, something that you want to achieve, whether it be start your own business and work from home, or go out into the workforce and find a job, you can do it. And if you know that you have been mistreated or not been treated fairly, you have rights.
right,
And I would strongly encourage you to be an advocate for yourself.
absolutely,
And don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. And if you don't know how, then reach out to someone for that support to help you, because sometimes you have to fight for what you want. Everybody's not going to open the door with open arms,
right,
So you just have to just be an advocate for yourself, believe in yourself, and reach out if you need to.
Okay. It's well said. Next question is, I want to loop back around to you turning your spa into your home. One of the issues I have with the podcast, because the podcast studio is in my home, is actually inviting people into my home to record. How did you get past that obstacle of letting people into your private area, clients into your private area, to use the service of the spa that you have? How did you internally allow people into your space?
That's a good question, because that was a struggle.
Okay.
And still is from time to time. However, I had to weigh the pros against the cons.
Okay.
One, it really works out great for me because I don't drive.
Right.
Two, it cuts out on overhead. And what I did is I converted my entire basement into a spa. And three, I made the decision to create the spa just for women.
Okay.
So I only invite women into my home. And I do a screening. If an individual is interested, they would just give me a call and I would talk to them over the phone, and you can kind of get a feel if a person is really wanting to come in for spa services.
Right.
So you kind of have to know how to ask the right questions and get a feel, and I've been doing this for close to 20 years now. So
right. Now you mentioned that you you specifically deal with an all-female clientele. Was there a reason beyond just being in your home that you chose to just focus on a female clientele?
No, that wasn't the only reason. The other reason I wanted to focus on women is because a lot of times women put others in front of themselves.
Absolutely.
We have families. We wear a lot of different hats. And a lot of times women will put themselves on the back burner. And it's really not wise to do that, because you have to be strong in order to be strong for your loved ones. You have to be healthy so that you can be here for your loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
So loving yourself is my motto. Loving yourself and getting pampering at a reasonable cost is why I open my doors and focus on women.
Okay. So it sounds like you're an advocate not only for people with disabilities, but also an advocate of women and making sure they can
take care of themselves.
Absolutely.
Yes.
On Ordinary People podcast, you know, as many of my fans know, I'm a big advocate of women rights and women being treated fairly as well. Something close to my heart, such as disability and being affected, is yours. I was raised by a single mother and have a boatload of sisters, so women are very important to me, and they're also a very important part of all of our everyday lives. And the reason not only that we're here, but in some point in your life, they had some kind of important imprint on your life, and you achieving success or having the opportunity to go after success. So
right.
Thank you for opening doors and for giving women an opportunity to take care of themselves, because I agree, you know, women most times do put a lot of people in front of themselves. What tips would you give someone as far as achieving healthier skin? Like, what are some of the products that you sell that would deal with discoloration or making someone's skin look more natural? You know, a lot of women are going with the makeup and the foundation, and me personally, not a big fan of it as a man, you know, of a woman with all the caked up makeup and stuff on. What would you suggest some of your products that will help enhance that natural beauty, which will also insist on them not needing so much makeup?
Well, the first thing is properly cleansing the skin. During the course of the day, your skin is introduced to bacteria and free radicals that are in the air.
Okay.
Let alone if you're touching your face and foam is touching your face, which is introducing bacteria.
Okay.
So cleansing is very, very important. I make a wonderful natural cleanser that has a lot of beneficial cleansing oils. I'm not sure if you know, but or if you heard of jojoba oil.
No.
Jojoba oil has cleansing properties in it.
Okay.
And so I created a facial cleanser that incorporates jojoba oil. It is also great for young ladies and women who wear makeup because the oil actually acts as a it really helps to lift the makeup off the face. So it's an excellent cleanser in helping to get rid of the makeup as well. After cleansing the skin properly, you want to make sure that you exfoliate the skin. And exfoliating is just a sloughing away of the dead skin cells, because your skin is turning over constantly. So every 3 days, you should exfoliate.
Now, exfoliating is when you use that the brush that spins. Is that
well?
exfoliating?
That's a form of exfoliating. Okay. There's several different ways that you could exfoliate the skin. Using the brush is one.
Okay.
I have a facial scrub that I use, a couple different facial scrubs that help to slough off with the Dead Sea salt and Himalayan salt.
help to slough away the dead skin and gives you that glowy, new, dewy-looking skin. And then third, you want to moisturize because moisture is key for everything. We need to drink water because we need moisture. We need moisture on our skin. We need moisture for our hair. So moisture is very important. So you want to use a nice moisturizer. And the moisturizer that I have is a Skin Nectar moisturizer that has fruit acids in it. Okay. So it's very, very hydrating and moisturizing and helps to keep the skin nice and soft and supple. Okay. Okay. And so for anyone who's interested in my skincare line, which is Jalpurnia Organics, you could go onto my website at www.jalpurniaorganics.com, and you can see all of the products that I have thus far. It's constantly growing because I think of different things and create different things and then incorporate them onto the website. I'm also starting next Wednesday, and I'm going to have a booth down at Rodney Square Farmers Market. Okay. So I'll be there selling my products as well.
Okay. What hours will you be out there?
The Farmers Market is open, I think, from 10 to 2. Okay.
We'll also have this information in the description tab of the podcast, as well as Ms. Trader's link to her website. I strongly suggest you to check it out. She has a lot of amazing products on there. I personally have checked it out, and my wife is looking into it now. I actually introduced it to her last night. She's looking forward to purchasing something off the website. I'm strongly suggesting all women to look into the products. She has amazing products, amazing line, and very reasonable prices compared to what I've seen in the store. But out past the prices, what I want to ask you is, from a consumer point of view, why should a woman buy your products rather than something Oil of Olay or something from a local store? What separates you from what's being purchased in the store?
The quality of the ingredients that I use. I searched and searched for high quality ingredients which give you the best results. I just had a client, I'm friends with her on Facebook, and she had acne really bad, and she came in and we did a facial treatment, and I sent her home with home care products that I created, and she posted a picture yesterday, and her skin looked so beautiful. And I just sent her a note and said, your skin is looking good, and it just feels good. She sent me a note back and said, it's because of you. So, you know, when you help people look good, it boosts their self-confidence, and they feel better about themselves. And in turn, they're taking care of themselves. So I feel like I have accomplished my mission in what I'm setting out to do. So I think that's what sets me apart, is that I really search for high quality ingredients.
And you said you accomplished your mission. That leads me to my next question. How do you measure success personally? You know, I know people will measure success. Some people will measure by money, by likes on social media, by comments that people make. How do you personally measure your success as far as your product and everything you do in life?
If I'm being effective or not. If I see results. And how I see results is, for instance, like the young lady that I mentioned that I'm friends with on Facebook, seeing that, well, I wasn't sure, you know, if it was because of me, because she could have, some people buy products and don't use them, you know, so, but when she responded and said it's because of you, that let me know that she was using the products and that she's got results and that she was happy.
So you're I'm gonna, your way of measuring success is by helping, and you take pride into knowing that your products have helped someone.
Yes.
And I think that's amazing that is more way you. That's just amazing that you see success that way rather than looking for financial. Wow, that's amazing, you know. And listeners, take something from this, and take something from this young lady who I'm sitting across from. That's extraordinary that you, in a world where people measure success by their cars or their bank account or their clothing, you measure it by helping people. And that's what the Extraordinary People podcast stands for. And those are the type of people we look to shed light on, is people who are looking to help and encourage others. And it's just amazing what you're doing. I have just a few more questions, then I'll let you out. I know you're a very busy woman. You have plenty to do. Curious, makeup. Where are the long-term effects makeup have on a woman's skin? Do it have a long-term effect of wearing makeup where it damages the skin in any kind of way? Or is makeup not really a big deal?
Makeup's not a big deal.
Okay.
If you cleanse the makeup off. However, mineral makeup is healthier than some of the other cosmetics because they have the chemicals in them. Right. So if you can find a nice mineral makeup that allows your skin to breathe, it's a lot healthier for your skin. But in either way, or whichever product that you decide to use, as long as you cleanse the skin properly and take care of your skin, you should be fine.
Okay. Now, another question I ask you, with you being a business mogul, what advice would you give to a young lady or a person who wants to start their business? What advice would you give them in starting their own company and overcoming all the obstacles and hurdles that will come with starting a business?
I would have to say, first, you have to believe. You have to believe that you can do it. And then you have to have faith. And then you have to take action.
Okay.
And know that it's not probably going to be a smooth ride. Expect some bumps in the road, expect some setbacks, but just be determined, and that's kind of what I set my life on, regardless of whatever happens. I just tell myself, I can do it. I can do it. I'll get over it. And I just keep feeding myself these positive affirmations, and I think belief is very important. Because you are what you think you are.
Absolutely. That's well put. I want to thank you for, once again, allowing us into your home, allowing us to interview you and talk to you about your skincare product as well as your journey. Is there anything you would like to say to our listeners before we sign off?
I would just like to say to any of the women out there who are interested in my products or coming in for massage therapy or skincare, to please give me a call. The business phone number is 302-834-7175, or you could log on to the website at www.jaltreesorganics.com and click on the spa services and take a look at all the services that I offer.
Absolutely. And we will once again have this information all available in the description tab of the podcast, so you will be able to click on it. Please give Ms. Trader a call. Take advantage of these amazing services and amazing deals that she has on her website. If you haven't learned anything today, learn this, that despite your situation, your disability, or hurdles that are part of your life, there's always a way to overcome them. The importance of a foundation in your life is the importance of you building a stronger home, business, life, for not only you, but for your family. So all things can be overcame, and despite what people try, what limitations people may put on you, the only limit you have in your life is the limit you put on yourself. So you can overcome and achieve anything. Understand with business and with your dreams that you're going to run into bumps in the road, you're going to run into hurdles, but you have to be resilient and keep that passion and that fire burning inside you to achieve success. And you too can be like Ms. Trader and become a successful business person. For all my ladies out here who are listening to this podcast, once again, I urge you to check out Ms. Trader's website and to purchase products. Also take advantage of the extraordinary spa service. I'm not suggesting this just because she's on the podcast. I'm suggesting this because of conversation and seeing what she does behind the scenes as well on the website. It's an amazing product, and I personally endorse it on the podcast right here. I want to thank everyone for listening to the podcast. And as usual, I would like you to like this video, subscribe to my channel, Alan the Great on YouTube, and continue to achieve and strive for success. Remember, you are not the only limitations you have on your life are limits you put on yourself. Do not allow anyone to stop you from chasing and achieving your dreams or success. This has been the Ordinary People Podcast, where we talk to ordinary people with extraordinary stories. I want to thank you once again, Ms. Trader, for having us, for allowing us into your house, and for allowing us to interview you. And I'd like to say to all my listeners, thank you for listening. Peace.